Welcome to the first in a series of videos looking at the May 2015 Core 2 paper. We're going to work through each question and we'll start off question 1. So find the first three terms in ascending powers of x of the binomial expansion of 2 minus x over 4 to the power of 10, given each term in its simplest form. So before we start on this question, we need to think about what the general form of a binomial expansion is, and that will be n choose r, where n is the power and r is the term that we're looking for, and the second part is ra, so the first part of our bracket, to the power of n minus r, and then the second bit of our bracket, so I'll call that b in general, to the power of the term that we're looking for. So that's the general form. So that means that r1, because we're only finding the first three terms, it'll be approximately equal to, for the first term, so n is 10, and although it's the first term, we technically start counting from 0, so this will be 0 for the term, so 10 choose 0, and then it will be the first part of our bracket, so 2 to the power of 10 minus 0, so just 10, and then the second part of our bracket, which is minus x over 4 to the power of 0, because we're in the 0th term. So that's the first term. Second term, so n is still 10. Now we're on the second term, r is 1, so 10 choose 1. 2 to the power of 9 now, so we've taken away 1 from n, and minus x over 4 to the power of 1. That's our second term. And then the third and final term we're looking for will be 10, choose 2 to the power, just 10 choose 2, and then 2 choose 8 this time, and minus x over 4 to the power of 2. So the sequence would continue on, but since this question is only asking us for the first three terms, we can just stop there. So that is now 10 choose 0. Now you can use a calculator to work this out, but you may remember that 10 choose 0, or anything choose 0, is 1. 2 to the power of 10 is 1024. And now anything to the power of 0 is 1. So that's just that. So that's our first term. The second term, 10 choose 1, again you can use a calculator to work that out, but you may remember that anything choose 1 is just itself, so that will be 10. And then 2 to the power of 9 is 512. And then we are multiplying that by minus x to the power of 4, minus x over 4 to the power of 1, which is just minus x over 4. That's the second term. And then the third term, 10 choose 2, my calculator tells me is 45, and that's multiplied by 2 to the power of 8, which is 256. And now this bit is somewhere that a lot of people will make mistakes. So we're doing minus x over 4 squared. So we're multiplying it by itself. So we're going to have two negatives multiplied together, so it's going to be a positive. X squared is x times x, so that's just going to be x squared. And then 4 squared is 16. Now getting that 16 at the bottom is a really common mistake. So just remember that if you're squaring minus x over 4, you need to multiply top and bottom by itself. So x times x, x squared, 4 times 4, 16. So we're nearly there now. All we need to do is put it into its simplest form. So 1 times 1024 times 1 is obviously just 1024. And now we're going to be multiplying 10 by 512 and then dividing that by 4, and we're going to have a negative term because we've got a minus x, so that's actually going to be minus 1280 times x. And now we've got all positive terms here, so we just multiply the numbers. So it will be 720 x squared. And then that's it. So as I said earlier, the sequence would continue, but since this is only asking us for the first 3 terms, we are finished.